Well, you can't always get what you want. What's going on? This is Coach Marcus, Pro Fan Talk, and the free agency has already gone off the hook. You know, I'm already seeing a bunch of deals happening, a bunch of people getting moved around, and of course, we look today. A lot of talk on Jaelan Phillips. I was very happy with Jaelan Phillips. I was hoping that there was a way that Howie could keep him, but I think we just get outbid. Carolina was willing to pay more money, and that's the way it goes. In Howie's opinion, and this is just my opinion on Howie's opinion, he was not worth that type of contract. 4-year deal, $120 million. Doesn't really say what his $80 million in guarantees. So there's a lot of upfront money, and obviously Howie Roseman wasn't willing to do that. And I ain't necessarily mad at it. Does that put more onus to try to go get Max Crosby? Or I don't even know if Max Crosby's still available. I don't think he signed up with anybody. But I mean, these elite players are getting elite money. That's the way it goes. I don't know what threshold Howie is looking at, but this is the way it goes. So you got to make some different moves. Who's next on the list? Does this play more into what we're going to expect from the contract that we might get from Jalen Carter? Does it affect that in any way, shape, or form? Because what does it look like now that the money that could have been going to Jaelan Phillips is not? Where do you allocate those monies? Where do you put it? Who are you looking for? So everything that happens, every signing that is made has a domino effect. So very interesting. I thought for sure that the Eagles would re-sign Jaelan Phillips. Jaylen Phillips played dividends in my book, and he would have been worth it. But Carolina thought he was worth a little bit more. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. What are the Eagles going to do with Nico Dean? Does he still have an opportunity to stay here in Philly? I want Nico Dean to stay. But if he stays, what do you do with Jahad Campbell? Zach Bond is a staple of this defense now. Jahad is still young, but Jahad's talent level is ridiculous. But Nico Dean, to do what he did, is so far out of bounds, it's not even funny. Not to mention that he is a leader on this defense. And again, I don't know what it is about the Philadelphia Eagles, but we seem to get all of these guys that don't fit the stereotype. Nico Dean does not fit the stereotype of a leading Mike backer in the NFL. He's not the biggest. He's got a nose for the ball, but, you know, his size to be playing the position he's playing, for some reason, it just doesn't add up. But the only thing he does is make plays constantly. He is smarter than the average bear out there, for sure. I would argue that Nico Dean has to be one of the smartest guys in the league, football-wise and otherwise. So I don't know what they're going to do, but what I do know, and I'm going to leave this on stream because my wife will go crazy. There is a brown spider crawling up my wall, and I'm about to crush it. Hold on. There was a brown spider crawling up my wall, and now it's dead. So I'll wipe it off later. But the stuff that Nicobe has done is so far off the charts good that, I mean, to say he was good after coming back from his injury is a gross understatement. Not to mention the type of leader he is on the team and the type of familial relationships that they have in that locker room. I think people on the outside looking in, and even people here in Philadelphia, I think they underestimate that a lot. Look at the whole situation with A.J. Brown. I think people on the outside who's fallen into these narratives totally overestimate that, and they don't. I guess they just don't get the dynamic that goes on in locker rooms. That's all I can say about it. But it's going to be what it's going to be, and it's going to play out the way it's going to play out, one way or the other. So, yeah, but this is surprising, but this is the nature of the sport that we play. This is the nature of the sport that we cover. The NFL is ever moving, ever changing, and you must keep up. Howie Roseman has done a good job of that for the most part, and it keeps on changing. He keeps on adjusting and adapting to what's going on. Obviously, he's got some things that he's got under the cuff and just waiting to reveal. I'm looking now. I saw that Tua was released by the Dolphins, and they just signed Malik Willis. Malik Willis is getting his money and going to make the most of his opportunity. And let me say something about Tua. The money that Miami's going to keep on the cap because of that contract, they wanted to get rid of him badly to take that type of hit. So if you want to do something bad enough, you will find a way to do it. And what I mean by that is they're going to take that cap hit because they were, I guess, that dead set on getting rid of Tua and moving on from him and trying to find their next quarterback. I understand that. That's an expensive decision, but I understand that. And how to relate that back to the Eagles. Looking at the situation with A.J. Brown, if he gets traded, if he doesn't, what kind of compensation you get, what type of player are you going to get back for getting rid of a borderline Hall of Fame wide receiver? I don't know. But ultimately, for any other team in the NFL, or any team in the NFL for that matter, if you want to do something bad enough, you will find a way to do it, period. You will find a way to do it. So if the Eagles wanted to get rid of A.J. Brown bad enough, they would find a way to do it. But I don't think that's the case. I think Howie doesn't want to get rid of A.J. Brown, but if he gets blown out of the water with a deal, I think he would move him. I absolutely think he would move him. But not for nothing. Not for nothing. So, and this just proves you got so many moving pieces in this league when it comes to free agency. You don't know what people are thinking of. Nobody saw this coming. I didn't hear nothing from Schefter, from Rappaport, from Pelissero, for anybody, any insiders that's supposed to have their ear to the ground. And I always say that when people talking about sources, man, don't nobody know nothing. They don't know more than you do. The only difference is their microphone just seems to be a little bit louder. That's the only difference. So this is going to be a fun week. This is going to be an extremely fun week. I can't wait to talk about this more tonight on my show, Pro Fan Talk, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Tonight we will be live. I will have the mics open if you want to come on the show and voice your opinion and give your hot take. It is a lot of stuff that's going on right now, and this is probably not the end of it. This is going to be going on all week. I will see you guys tonight, 10 p.m., Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays on Pro Fan Talk. See you there. Go Birds.